Hi everyone, I'm Lulu, the RC Chick, and today I'm so excited to be taking a look at this new custom yellow painted TAMIYA tractor truck with the 770S cabin, and it is of course an 8x4 with 3-speed transmission and of course an upgraded controller that was requested because this baby is gonna have a tractor truck. Sorry, a trailer of its own. All right, everyone, now let's take a look at all the exterior details that we have on this one. So this one actually reminds me of honey or like bumblebee. So it's such a beautiful yellow color. And of course, it's with the cabin Scania 770S with a lot of extra lights going on. Of course, that's customized fully by Toucan Hobby and a fully detailed cabin interior. So let's take a look at the front over here. You do have your grille with grille lights already added, some spotlights on the bottom over here, extra 2 lights on the sides, your normal headlights here, and of course, you've got your windshield wipers over here and some lights in the sun visor, huge spotlights on the top. These are very bright, and of course a bar warning light right here on the top and 2 extra rotating warning lights in the back. So now over here on the side, you do see it's a very, very beautiful truck. So we do have our adjustable side mirrors on the side. However, this door is not openable. This is a TAMIYA cabin, so the doors remain closed. As well as you do have your tires, awesome rubber tires over here, super nice. Over here in the back, you do have the wings, the windbreakers in the back that actually do open up this way. So your battery compartment is going to be down in there. And then you do have your equipment rack with all sorts of decorative materials on top. Now coming over in the back here, you do have this decorative metal plate on the top over here. And this is going to be housing your ladder that you can just pull out from this side. So the ladder itself is an ABS mode plastic ladder, but the plate that's housing it is a metal plate. So sometimes when pulling out this ladder, it's going to be a little bit hard. So you can use maybe something to help you pull it out and then just put it back in and it will be secure. And of course, down here, we do have our lift axle actually, and the 2 front axles on the front. These are not live axles. Your live axles are going to be the ones in the back because this is an 8x4 tractor truck. So this lift axle in the center is actually going to be a manual lift axle because it is a TAMIYA tractor truck. Now over here on the back of the equipment rack, we do have 3 openable doors as well. So you can just easily open them up like that. So there's nothing on the first one, but in the other 2, that's where we're housing our smoke unit because this model does come with an upgraded smoke unit. Now, all these parts over here are plastic. And of course, we do have our multiple LEDs over here. So the light system is very fancy for this truck. So to control the manual lift axle that's over here, we do have a mechanism over here that you do need to like spin in order to get it to move. So you just spin it around like that. So that's going to be your first spin. It only lifts a little bit, and then obviously on your second spin, you can finally lift it all the way up. So now your axle is fully lifted. And then putting it back down. So obviously everything in the back as well is ABS mode. So over here we do have our 5th wheel as well. It's an ABS mode that you can use this to control it. So you open, add your trailer, close it up just like that. Very easy, very simple. As well as you do have your fenders that are custom painted. Over here, of course, it was a DIY from Toucan Hobby. You've got the yellow stripes that go over, which makes it just so much prettier against this black color. This is a very pretty color of yellow. I absolutely love it. And of course, coming over here in the back, you do have over here this hitch that you can use to tow anything else if you're not using your 5th wheel. Now over here in the back as well, not to forget, there is a light right here and another light over here, as well as another LED light over here. So these are going to be your marker lamps on the side over here. So we're going to turn everything on to see exactly how good everything looks all together. So now on the other side of this amazing tractor truck, of course, we do have your marker lamp here and an extra light over here and another light down here, just like the other side. But over here, you can actually see this servo that we've got over here that controls your steering, because the 2 axles in the front, these are your steering axles. And of course, on this side as well, you can open this other side up. And this box over here can also open for extra storage. All you have to do is remove this part, and I'll show you how to do that when we insert the battery. Now over here, let's take a look at what's under this awesome Trax chassis. So starting from over here in the front, we do have our servo over here that controls the speed transmission, and this is going to be your speed transmission gearbox inside over here. We do have, of course, a suspension in the front and in the center of this axle. So these are going to be full metal suspension plates, and of course these are not live axles. And over here, that's the servo for the steering that I showed you before. So over here in the back, of course, you do have our gearboxes over here for the rear live axles. And here's something interesting. We do have double tires on the rear axles as well. But on the front axles, you do have only one tire, but it's quite a thick tire, thicker than most normal tires I've actually seen so far. Now on the back over here, you can see that tiny little cylinder that's going to be your shock absorbers, so you can be able to navigate some really difficult terrain as well. All right, now it's time to turn on this truck-to-truck and see everything that it's got going on. But first things first, we do have an upgraded PLEV light controller for this one. So it was assembled with a receiver that works with it for this tractor. Now I'm gonna tell you, it's actually not easy opening this tractor up because the main cabin in the front, actually you cannot open without having to do a little bit of unscrewing work. So there's plenty of screws in this little part, so it's kind of really difficult to open this up. So it took a longer time than I thought it would. However, we did manage to get everything set up, because we're going to need this to control a trailer that's going to have this truck in the back. So I will make a video on that trailer as well soon. So now let's turn this on. So this is going to be a battery compartment. There's a little pin over here that you have to push out. Now this little thing hurts a little bit. So once you actually finally go through the pain of opening this up, you can just pull this entire part off. So just like that. And that's going to be your battery compartment. So I'll be using this 5,200 milliamp LiPo battery. It's a 2S battery. And it just goes on right in there. So the connector we'll be using today is going to be a T connector. Very simple. And now it's on. Put everything back in its place, make it nice and neat. And of course, just put this back on and tie it up with the pin, and you're ready to run. Now, after all that business of talking tech, let's move on to the functions, which is awesome. So we're gonna test out the light function on this one first. And we do have set up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different controls just for the light system. Okay, so let's try out. So on the first push up, you're going to have these blinking lights over here as well as on the sides. So now push it back down. You're going to have the lights over here turn on. So you have to do it pretty quick. And the headlights, of course, themselves. And finally, all the headlights in the front. So it's not just the headlights, actually, over here in the back as well. You can see our marker lamp is on. The lights on the sides are also on. That's for the same switch. And of course, the lights on the top of the equipment rack are also on, as well as some right here in the rear. And now for the other switch over here on the top, you have to be fast. You go up, down, and of course, you're going to get the grille lights on as well as the front spotlights on. Different modes you can switch between. So there would be about maybe 6, 7 different modes you can switch in between for this one. And then off. So I'm just gonna leave those on so they look super cool. You've got your white bright lights and then the orange lights in contrast with the headlights. Just look at how awesome it looks with all the colors. Absolutely amazing. So over here, we're going to try this joystick now for the lights. So you just have to push it to your left and it's going to turn on. So pushing it to the left is on and off. And when you push it to the right, you can switch between the modes. There's about 4 different modes for this Scania logo in the front. Now over here on the side, we're going to try out this switch for the lights. So you gotta flick up and then flick down, and then of course the spotlights on the top over here as well as the lights here and in the sun visor are all gonna turn on. And of course you're gonna have about 8 different modes that you can switch upon. So the fun just keeps on going on. And these lights, I am gonna say, are extremely bright. So you can probably go, like, literally just go blind, just looking directly at this. So this is pretty cool. And now let's move on to this switch over here. So I'm gonna flip it. So you're going to have the rotating warning lights on. You can also switch between the modes. To switch between the modes, you have to press down. And to turn it off, you have to push it up. So you can switch between the modes forever unless you literally push it up, and then you'll be good to go. So let's push it up and it's off. Push it down. Change modes. Push it up, off. So now let's just turn it on. Leave it on, and now let's move on to our final 6th button over here and just push it. So you have to push it up and then back. That's off. On. So you have to do it pretty quickly, and it obviously is going to switch between the modes. There's also going to be, I think, about 8 of them on this one, maybe 4 to 8. Because you can switch between the modes for as long as you need, unless you turn it off yourself. Alright, now let's check out the sound system on this one. So of course we do have sound and smoke upgrades for this one. So all you have to do is push the joystick down, and immediately you're going to get the sound, and the smoke will start burning. So over here you can see the smoke. You've got our beep. And of course there is volume control on this one. Just push halfway, very slowly. And that's going to be your low volume. You can get it all the way up to 0. And then if you want to bring it back up, again, very slowly. Only push it halfway. And your volume is gonna go up again. So, of course, we do have our smoke on this one. Alright, now let's check out the 3-speed transmission that we have on this model. So first of all, I've already put it in low speed, so let's do that. So that's low speed. Let's put it on medium speed. I feel like medium speed is definitely the best choice. It sounds awesome. And now high speed. Oh, that's pretty fast. So we do not have any differential locks on this one. So we do have, of course, our 2 real-life axles, since it's an 8x4 tractor-tractor with 3-speed transmission. Alright everyone, now that was our awesome TAMIYA 8x4 with a 770S cabin. Of course, it is in 1/14th scale, customized by Toucan Hobby with all the lights, smoke unit, and an amazing sound unit with, of course, an upgraded PL18 EV light radio and receiver to have some attachments for another trailer that this customer really wanted. So I am so happy with how this one turned out. The color is obviously so good. So if you'd like to get something similar, please do not hesitate to contact me, because I would love to see more of these trucks around, especially in this yellow. Please choose this yellow next time you want another truck. So thank you so much for watching this video. It's Lulu, the RC Chick, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!